Hello and welcome to another Math with Miss V video. This is solving one-step inequalities. In this video, we will look at how to solve one-step inequalities with rational numbers. So what is an inequality? The prefix in the word means not. So inequalities are number sentences that are not equal. They don't use equations or equal signs. There are four types of inequality: less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to. So we'll look at how to solve with these four inequality symbols when we just have one operation. So inequalities with adding and subtracting. These follow the same rules as equations. We will undo addition with subtraction, and we will undo subtraction with addition. So let's look at our first example. Like with our equations, we want to circle our variable and split our two sides so we know where we're working. I'm going to undo addition with subtraction. 7 minus 2 is 5, so m is less than 5. Let's look at our subtraction example. Circle my variable, split my sides. We undo subtraction with addition, so add 6 to both sides. 5 plus 6 is 11, so we have 11 is greater than or equal to b. We would like to reverse this so that the b is on the left-hand side, and we do that by swapping the two and then looking at what the open side of my inequality is facing. It's facing the 11. So I need to make sure it's still facing my 11. So the reverse of 11 is greater than or equal to b is b is less than or equal to 11. We can check this by choosing a number such as 2. Is 11 greater than or equal to 2? Yes, 11 is greater than 2. Let's do it in the reverse. 2 is less than or equal to 11, and that's also true. 2 is less than 11. Let's look at some of our examples. Our first one is fractions. We're going to treat this the same way. Split the sides, isolate my variable. We undo addition with subtraction. These are the same and they cancel. I have a on one side. I noticed that my fractions have different denominators. So I'm going to change my second fraction into something that has a common denominator. 2 can easily be changed into a 4 by multiplying by 2. And what I do to my denominator, I have to do to my numerator. 3/4 take away 2/4 leaves us with 1/4. A is greater than 1/4. The next one, y minus 2.5 is less than or equal to 3.6. Divide up my two sides, circle my variable. We undo a subtraction with addition, so add 2.5. We have y. 5 plus 6 is 11, carry my 1. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. Y is less than or equal to 6.1. Okay, let's move on. F minus 4 is less than or equal to -2. We undo subtraction with addition. So we have F on one side. -2 plus 4, different signs tell me I need to subtract. So 2, I have more positives. This is a positive answer. So F is less than or equal to 2. And our last example with addition and subtraction, we're going to divide our sides, circle our variable. H plus 7 is greater than or equal to -3. Undo addition with subtraction. I have H on one side. -3 and -7 are the same signs. When signs are the same, we add and keep their sign. 3 plus 7 is 10, and they're both negative, so I have a negative answer. And that's examples of how we solve addition and subtraction inequalities. Let us look at multiplication and division. So there's one difference with multiplication and division, and that is when we multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality sign flips over. As always, we undo multiplication with division, and we undo division with multiplication. So let's look. We're going to circle our variable, split our sides. We're multiplying. We undo multiplication with division. So divide by 3, divide by 3. Z on one side. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So Z is less than 8. Our next one, S over negative 9 is greater than or equal to 2. This is division. We undo division with multiplication. They cancel. S is greater than or equal to 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. But we have to remember that we've multiplied by a negative, so that sign will flip over and become a less than sign. So S is less than or equal to negative 18. Please leave comments below if you would like an in-depth video of why we have to flip the inequality symbol over when we multiply or divide by a negative. Let's look at a few more examples. Okay, the first one is a fraction. We know we can undo multiplying by a fraction by multiplying by its reciprocal. So the fraction flipped over. These cancel. Split my sides just to give me some space. Okay, I can simplify my 6 and my 3 by dividing them both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. And the denominator would be 1, which we don't have to keep. I did not multiply by a negative, so my inequality symbol will not change. Let's look at our next one, division. We undo division with multiplication. Multiply both sides by a negative 2.5. Okay. 10 times 2.5 is 25. A positive times a negative is a negative. I did multiply by a negative, so I have to flip my inequality symbol over. Okay, we have multiplication with decimals. I undo multiplication with division, divided by negative 1.2, divided by negative 1.2. This side cancels, so we have x. 144 divided by 1.2 is 120. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. I divided by a negative number, so my sign flips over. In our final one, we're dividing by 5. So I'm going to multiply by 5. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Now, the 2 was negative, but I only flip the sign if the number I'm multiplying both sides by is negative. The 5 is a positive, so I will not flip my sign. So G is greater than or equal to negative 10. Thank you for stopping by this Math with Miss V video. I hope it has helped you out, and I look forward to seeing you in the future.